I walked in the room, people were just buzzing. They were saying to themselves, what in the world is self-insurance? I've been wondering, you got up this morning and you said, I just need to know a little bit more about self-insurance, because I have the feeling when I'm looking for a ray of sun, it might be there. Here's the ray. Okay.
Okay. I wasn't in on the conference call in preparation, so I don't know if I have 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or 3 hours, but let's try it. First of all, I think you should know that LaCasa is a multi-service organization. Over the last 11 years, we've grown from $3.5 million to $15 million worth of our budget, operating budget, and that's not our development work. So that we have right now about 220 employees. We have worked over the years in terms of putting this organization to the level that we'd like to get it to, establish some basic premises about what it means to work for LaCasa. One of the things is no matter what job you have, you can have a minimum salary of $29,000. That's hard to do when some of the state agencies don't let you pay people even that amount, but we do. We've also have agreed to give our staff a pension, and so we match 2% savings, and we also then give them a 4% match. And this is to the network. We also have a health benefit, but this is to the network. We budget our pensions, and we budget our health benefits so that all our employees can benefit from those benefits. So, just like everybody else, last year our dear beloved governor took about $1.3 million away from me in my budget, but yet my budget was flat. We were able to do that because we were able to gather, get some new funding, but we also looked at the dollars that we had in our portfolio. And one of the major expenses that we have is the health benefits. We provide coverage for all our employees. There are about 190 of the 220 who have full benefits. We pay the benefits for the individual, husband and spouse, and family, and we pay 80% of the premium. We have been doing this for the last 10 years, 11 years. Last year we were confronted with a 26% increase by our dear friends at Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield, New Jersey. We could not stand a 26% increase when your budget is flat, and you were hoping to do more with less for all practical purposes. 3 years ago, we accepted the risk of self-insuring for pharmaceutical and for hospitalization costs. Essentially what we did was, we did not give Blue Cross Blue Shield the increase that they asked for. We took a plan that had a greater deduction, and we essentially took what we budgeted in terms of an increase and said, we're going to put it in our escrow account and hold it, and we're going to pay a lower premium and then cover the actual cost differential that would be required for the reimbursement. That actually worked fairly well. And by the way, as I define it, there's legalities to this, and you can still live with the legalities, but essentially you're being basically what Blue Cross Blue Shield or any other health provider is. You're taking a risk. And assuming that risk means that you are entitled to some earnings. So we very cautiously established reserves, and we also very cautiously built up reserves so that we could cover our expenses. Over those first 3 years of experimenting with hospitalization and pharmaceuticals, we actually did nicely. And we were able to contribute to our net asset last year with what's called unusual revenues or income.
Before you go further, somebody's going to want to ask, so let me ask right now while you're there, what does did nicely mean? I don't mean the exact dollar amount, but give us a sense of what we're talking about.
After adjusting everything, we had a net asset of $300,000, with some unusual revenues. So when we were confronted with the 26% increase, we went to another nonprofit just down the road in Elizabeth, Community Access. Mr. Blanchard had been doing self-insured total for a number of years. And so you go to the masters, and he was my master. He showed me that you can essentially look at your track record with your healthcare provider and move from there to self-insured. There is a legal structure in the IRA. It's 501c9 somewhere down the tax code, probably a place we don't look at. But you could do this with or without going through the VOCI, which is volunteer or something or the other, which I forget, and I didn't look up because I didn't have the time. But you can do this. And Blanchett did a slide presentation and walked you from A to Z. And I walked out of that hour presentation convinced that I could do this. As cautious as I am sometimes with money. And so you could do it. We essentially took what we budgeted, we looked at our experiences with Blue Cross Blue Shield the prior year. They made $175,000 from us in terms of what they charged us and between what they charged us and what they actually paid out. And I said, and they also buy what they call stop loss insurance. It's the same kind of thing that you might have in some other financing. Their stop losses is if your losses get to a certain point, insurance kicks in. So they have stop loss insurance for an individual claim, so that if you're my employee and you get dramatically sick and you have high expenses, after I pay out a certain amount, the insurance kicks in. I then have an aggregate insurance, stop loss insurance, that says, okay, if all of my claims exceed what my expectations are, that insurance kicks in. That's what Blue Cross Blue Shield does, and they make money at it. They have bonuses. Imagine that. Mr. Blanchard showed me how this works. He generally basically charges the premiums. I wasn't there. He pushed it. He charges what Blue Cross Blue Shield would have cost or whatever health provider you have, and he puts that in an account. And that account basically.
Let's see what questions they have. Very clear so far. Let's get one or two questions from the group. Yes?
So did you buy stop loss?
Yes.
For your own stuff?
Yes.
So you're not 100% self-insured, but you have a stop loss?
Well, we pay for that insurance, so we're self-insured. By the way, our projected expenses are somewhere like $718,000. Our premiums add up to $1 million. There's a $300,000 fluff there. That if we're healthier than I think, or the odds are, that we may have a problem.
Okay, two more questions. One here.
What
Mike's right behind you.
size staff?
No, please use the mic. I'll turn mine up.
What size staff do you need to make this possible?
I don't know the number. I have 220 employees and 180 or 190 are in the health benefit plan. So yes, numbers help. Okay. And having a young staff also helps.
Oh, no, there's a gentleman behind you.
Do you think there's an opportunity to set up a JIF, a joint insurance fund, much like the housing authorities in New Jersey have done?
I have not explored that. But clearly there's potential, and there are programs that do things around pension that do the same kind of thing. Yes.
Are you doing health and wellness activities so your workforce stays in good shape so you can get your costs down further and they can enjoy a higher quality of life?
And a higher profit.
Yes, to their
You look fit, Ray.
We are eating salads for lunch in my office, right, Carrie? We do. Two things that you have to remember. One, you're going to get a third party who's going to basically walk you through this process and do the administrative work. Two, you're also going to get an agency that will be essentially evaluating the medical claims that you get, the same way the Blue Cross Blue Shield does, or whatever health provider you have. And you also buy their list of doctors and hospitals. So you're getting all of that. You're just taking them out and then you're taking the profit out of them.